Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to a Kerbal Space Program. As you can see, we have already jumped forward to our next destination, which is obviously minmus. So, as I said earlier, our more or less main goal of the second part of this mission is to gain as much science as possible. So, thus we're gonna land on minmus. We've only been once, and we'll probably visit minmus now the last time for quite a bit, because it will be quite a tedious mission since we're gonna land a bunch of times on minmus. So that's also why we have this completely overpowered completely overpowered lander with 3 stages, I guess. Let's see on the left side. So there are really multiple stages, and you can see also in with the deployment of all of those landing legs, we have those landing legs around the central core, more or less, which will touch down now, and we have those landing legs slightly higher above on the around the Science Junior, which will of course also serve as normal landing legs once we have depleted all the other stages which are below it, of course. So without further ado, doing science, collecting all the data, doing a few screenshots for our lovely thumbnail, which you've seen, and generally speaking, lifting off again and heading towards the next biome. So, as you know, on all those different planets and yeah, like everywhere, there are different biomes. Like for example, the poles to create some craters, flats, highlands, midlands, mountains, and so on and so forth. So we've got the stage separation, there we go. And yeah, so we get science points for each of those biomes. Thus we're trying right now with this mission to gather quite a few of those biomes and yeah, get, like I said, a lot of science, since we do need more science points in order to unlock the kind of the most part or the bigger part of our tech tree, in order to do even better, more interesting, and even more curvilier or crazy missions. Since yeah, I guess that's interesting. So as a general train of thought or so, I think kind of the final goal of this playthrough, I would say, is to visit every single body, and once we kind of completed that, we have kind of beaten the game, or that's at least my opinion on that note. So first we're gonna have to gather enough science from those, let's say, a little bit easier bodies, and then we can go towards the harder ones like Jules, Hilo, Eve, Elu. Well, speaking of Elu, I've never actually been to Elu. That might sound crazy, but I've actually never been to Elu. I've been to Dress, but not to Elu. Kind of will be also challenging. Anyways, so now I'm returning slightly for just a couple of seconds back to the screen. We have again touchdown, but we're in the same biome as we were earlier. And during those EVAs, I did on the outside of the capsule, I was doing the EVA report, as you can see now as well, to see in which biome we are, since I not using any mods at all, just Kerbal Space Program stock without the making history expansion as well. So I don't have any indication where we are without cheating, of course. So I was trying to guess the biome, and we had slopes for quite kind of a moment, and then I immediately started decelerating. But still, when we touched down, when I flew a little bit around here with the EVA pack, I couldn't find any slope biome at all. So kind of really was kind of annoying, since I thought, okay, if I didn't touch down at the main biome, then at least if it's just a few meters away, fly over there, get the crew report, and get a surface sample, and stick in a flag so that I at least know where it is. But it didn't work out quite like I expected and planned. So we're gonna do more or less the same, sitting outside our capsule, doing our doing our EVA report and seeing in which biome we are. So, and then we saw quickly, yeah, there we have Kerbin again with a nice Kerbin rise and the moon above Kerbin slightly, if you can see that. And yeah, so we're now in a good trajectory towards the next biome, and now landing here, and we even depleted on our next stage, and safely landed on this one. Speaking of this stage, landing on this widespread stage with those 3 landing lags is a lot easier and a lot safer. The touchdown seems cleaner than in the small compact stage with a small diameter from the different points touching the ground, of course. That's just a kind of small side note that I realized during the flight, of course. And now, yeah. Anyways, I guess, as you can see, we're really successfully landing in different biomes, picking up signs, doing everything else the way we have to do. So I think can again deviate a little bit from our kind of from the screen. So today is kind of the second part of the mission out. So I'm probably not gonna upload any video this week, and if then towards Sunday. So yeah, since there were now quite a few videos during the week, I guess this one will be now the 3rd one, if I'm not mistaken. And though I'm still thinking about continuing, first of all, our Let's Play series, kind of the career mode, so continuing this one sooner or later. And yeah, still thinking about the my Eve mission thing. I'm kind of really annoyed by it, though. Like I said in probably the previous video, though I'm not sure, if you want me to do a special mission, really type it down in the comments below so I can have a look and do it, of course. So yeah, I'd be really glad to have an idea, since except a SSTO2 minmus, I have at the moment no real ideas to do kind of anything interesting, except maybe the Eve one, though that's probably still some time away. And yeah, and anyways, back to the screen, we can see here a longer touchdown, not as beautiful, sliding across the surface for quite a while. Again, doing the same, our good old science thing, crew report, Highlands, crew report from the Highlands, EVA report, surface sample. The one thing I really forgot about that mission, which is kind of annoying, and is in the kind of now, after everything is done, really annoying, extremely annoying as well, is the fact that I didn't bring any barometer, neither a thermometer with me. I had them, since I didn't share the building process of the craft, but this is more or less built upon the previous design of the moon lander, which we landed the moon obviously and crashed a little bit. Anyways, so it is more or less on that designed kind of. I took the main part of that and just added a few more things up around to get the entire rocket working. So, but the thing is, like the interesting part is the thermometer and barometer were on the service bay, and in the service bay there were those mystery goo containers, and I decided to take the service bay away, since we have those 3 mystery goo containers around on those external tanks, and so I completely forgot to kind of, I didn't realize that the other 2 experiments were over there, kind of placed on the side of the service bay. So that's why I kind of completely forgot about them until we actually arrived at minmus, and now you can see on minmus there are quite a lot of flags. So we now really have visited a bunch of biomes in minmus, on minmus. Now returning back to the KSP in a faster manner, we can see 1,442 science points gained from this expedition, which is quite a decent amount. I kind of expected a little bit more, to be kind of honest with you guys, so I kind of expected 1,800, so that's probably because of all those thermometers and barometers were not used, I guess, at least. So Anyways, we're back in the, well, back, I don't know whether it's back, but we are in the R&D, unlocking the next science device, which is the gravy, no, not gravy, the thing where you have to be landed on the surface. And then some nuclear engines, fuel systems, and since we still got some pretty, big amount of science, good amount of science left, we also went for this, for the next, how's it called, forget the name, fluvi thingy, where we also can gain some science, but only from atmospheric worlds. And yeah, we've got still 400 science left, and we can't afford any of the bigger 500 ones anyways, because we have to upgrade our building first. The 300 ones are not that interesting, so in the end I decided to go for 2 of the plane upgrades, and the third one is not available, or at least we can't afford it. And on this note, I would say thank you guys very much for watching, and until next time.